So let's bring it back to the day of the accident. When exactly was it?
It was New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day 2023. Yeah. And I host my family at my house up there, like 25 people every post-Christmas to New Year's all the time. Family, friends, whoever, just kind of come up and we can celebrate the holidays together, go skiing, all these type of things. But we had a big kind of snowmageddon type snow event that, shut down the mountain that I live on at the top of Lake Tahoe at about 8,000 feet elevation, and we got just tons and tons of snow. But it happens often, maybe not that intense of a storm, but so much so where we were cut off from anywhere else. We're snowed in, fine. I'm prepared for that stuff. 3 days without power, prepared for it. It's fine. We can have fun. It's actually relief. All the cell phones go off, all the iPads go away, and computers, and everybody's just playing card games with headlamps on. And I mean, it's a riot. So we had a good time. So food supply was still good. But it's New Year's Day and we're getting a break in the weather, so I decided I need to clear the roads and come out for air, essentially. And in doing so, that's when the accident sort of transpired. It's more of a routine type of thing to have a half-mile long driveway up there. And I have to maintain it myself, so I have a snowcat and a bunch of other snow removal type equipment. There's a bunch of vehicles, snowmobiles even, things that got stuck in the driveway because it was a lot of extra snow, and some of it was very light, and then it got very icy and hard, so you're sinking down like 3 or 4 feet into it, and it was a hot mess. So had to try to dig all that stuff out using the snowcat, pulling this stuff out. This thing, a snowcat, to describe it in words is pretty difficult, but it's like a tank. It's probably, I don't know, 12 feet wide, the tracks on each side, so it spins like a tank, like a skid steer.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. That's a small, tiny version of one. But yeah, it's something kind of like out of Star Wars, But mine are metal tracks. It's more like that one right there.
Oh, you got one like that?
That's it. That's exactly like the one I have. So it's about like 16,000 pounds or so. And it's very nimble on the snow. on the snow.
Just to see it physically, put it back up, to see it physically and to know that that's what ran over your leg.
Oh, my whole body.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was, so you have to step on the tracks, you see, to get into the cab to operate it. So stepping on the tracks is a normal thing to do. You just don't do it while you're operating it, right? You're on the thing,
Right.
You drive it, it's just easy. It's a thumb, go forward, reverse, and you're neutral, and that's it. It's really easy to operate. But it was just, the accident happened because you have to get in and out off on those tracks, and I hit the thumb thing, and it threw me off, and I was going towards my nephew, so I had to jump back on and try to stop it from killing him because it was going to crush him between the truck and that big blade that I have. You see that thing?
Yeah.
It's a few thousand pounds, that thing's gnarly. But, so, my instinct was to jump back on it and try to stop it. Obviously it didn't work out. And got ran over, and there you go.
How much of your body did it run over?
All of it.
Oh, my God.
Because I went, the tracks were here to jump in the cab, I leapt up and over to try to grab onto it and got sucked under the whole thing. So the whole length of it just kind of, so there's like a set of wheels that turn these tracks, you see, and there's like 6 wheels. So it undulates. So I felt all the undulate. The first one was the worst, like the pressure and the skull crush and all that stuff. And then it releases because then the undulation of the tire and the track. And you're awake for that. You're just like by the 6th undulation, just like, all right, just kind of finish already. And you're just like, it's almost like, you're drowning and being struck by lightning and bleeding out. It's all the things all at once, man. It's like immense pressure and a movable object. And, my skull kind of lost out but still survived. And
Your skull got run over.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's everything. It's like it's 38 broken bones and eyeballs out.
Oh, my God.
And it's
Shout out to medical science.
I know, right?
I mean,
all the doctors were like, dude, I don't know how your eye's still operating or still working, but I think because I was on ice, because I did see it, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to put this eye on ice, and just kind of rolled into it. Because I saw my eye with my other eye, right? And I'm like, I'm going to be able to keep that thing, because I'm on like an icy asphalt driveway that's off of my driveway, right, the top of the road. So Which wasn't really great for impact of getting ran over. I wish I was on a snowpack. Could have been maybe a little bit easier. It would push me into snow, right? But it wasn't. So I just kind of rolled onto it, just like maybe I could kind of put the eye on ice until I could figure out how to breathe.
Oh my God.
I have to sort of laugh at it because it's weird to sort of think about that,
Wow. So 38 bones?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a lot of ribs and all my spiral fracture and my legs, all my joints were broken, all my ankles, my knees, none of my spine, and I only got a laceration in my liver from one of the ribs breaking in a couple spots, and I went down and kind of stabbed it, but it didn't really mess it up too bad, so that's okay. But all my organs, my brain, I don't think there's any brain damage. I'll use an excuse later, I guess. Yeah, and my spine. That's the miracle. It's like, how did I break 14 ribs, right? And I cracked my skull and every arm and leg and finger and thing, but my spine was spared.
Oh my God.
And all my organs were spared, and my brain. And so, like, it's kind of almost no harm, no foul at the end of the day, even though there's, probably 20% titanium in my body at this point. But
So how many pieces of titanium are in you?
well, the guy that invented this procedure worked at the hospital in Reno because there's a lot of crushing injuries that happen because all the ski resorts and mines that are in the area. So I got really lucky to get this doctor. But it took 4 doctors to get to this guy. So says my family. I was out in a coma. But once they found this guy who was on vacation, the mayor of Reno actually called him and said, "You got to get back and help my friend out." And so he rushed out, and he's just like, this is what he does for a living. He's like, "Oh, this is easy. I can't wait to do this for this guy." So it relieved on my family, but there was such relief because they were like, "Oh, he's going to lose his eye. We're going to cut off his leg." I mean, all this kind of tragic sort of prognosis, whatever you want to call it, right? So this guy comes in, no, it's fine. We're going to hammer this thing in. We're going to do this. Going to do his face plate, do the thing. We're going to do this. And just lucky that the orbital bone that broke and the cheekbone that broke, they only wanted to do that because my face as an actor, maybe want to save my cheekbone, I guess. Not that I cared about it, but yeah, he fixed up all my ribs, and they used like this mesh, and he has this sort of weird way to kind of handle. If you fix 1 or 2 of the ribs that are all broken, the rest will kind of fall into place. The body's pretty miraculous. Just give it a little direction, and then it heals on itself, and it'll grow the bone. So it's not as much titanium in my ribs as one might think for all those breaks. It's only, maybe it looks like rebar, right? You get a scan, like a lot of my body's like.
Do you have an X-ray of
Yeah,
your
somewhere.
body?
Yeah.